Well. We're nearly at the end of the year. Can you guys believe that? Okay, fine. Maybe I'm like a month or so early for making this video. But I feel like at this time, it's urgent enough for me to start saying these things. I can safely say for myself that my music taste has evolved this year. And I'm sure that's the same way with most of you guys as well. I mean, we've got a lot of new stuff. So I'm sure music tastes have been shifted over this past year. People's personalities are affected by the music they listen to. I've said this for a while. I've said this in a couple videos before. And what better way to dive deeper into that in a video on what your music taste says about you 2024 edition. Crazy stuff, guys. Because we all know I'm right, and I know all your personalities. We all know that's the case. But anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get into what your music taste says about you in 2024. First up, we have the I listen to everything Chad. Now this guy or girl is someone who's able to listen to any kind of music from any genre. These guys are like chameleons, okay? They're not set in stone about their genre. Oh no. These guys can have Destroy Lonely and Radiohead in the same playlist. Pretty crazy stuff. And typically these guys don't really have themed playlists. I mean, sometimes they do, but typically they just have one big playlist with everything. Everything they think sounds good, just smacked bang. Probably has like 1,000 songs on there, probably more, maybe like 2,000, whatever. These chats are living in the fourth dimension. They think four-dimensionally. And the way they do that is by saying, oh, this music sounds good. Straight to the playlist. Now you may be thinking, isn't this actually like really common? Like, don't most people just listen to what they think sounds good and they just add it to the playlist? Isn't that kind of a normal thing? And yeah, I mean, you'd be correct. There's a little twist here. Most people, and I mean like pretty much everybody, has a certain music genre or genres that they absolutely detest, that they will never, ever in a million years give a chance. Making someone who claims to be oh yeah, I listen to everything, not actually who they say they are. But anyway, in terms of your personality and who you are, you're probably very nonchalant. Okay, I hope that made sense. Next, we have the rap only listener. And this one is an interesting one. If you only listen to rap, there's probably a reason for that. I'm like your therapist right now, trying to figure out where it went all wrong in your life.
So 6 suspensions in the first semester. Okay, well, I mean, no wonder they called you in. So, again, tell me, what's going on? We gotta get to the root cause of it, okay? Now, I don't know what these suspensions were for, so, again, it's confidential. I don't need to know about. Oh, it's because you only listen to rap? Okay, yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Now, don't get me wrong. Rap is awesome. Rap is like a top 5 music genre. But what I tend to see in many rap fans is that they become kind of isolated from everything else. You see this with people who find a rapper, okay? I mean, it's like Street Fighter, okay? You find your character and you stick with it. You die hard it, you never give up. That's the thing with people who really, really like rap, okay? They find one rapper, claim he's the GOAT, and never give it up. You can have a GOAT debate with someone, the debate will never end, okay? Because you'll never change your mind, you'll never listen. They will take it to the grave. It's on their tombstone. Their GOAT name is on the tombstone. They may be asking, how do I know this? Because admittedly, I kind of do this too. Now, being a rap-only listener, again, strictly only rap, probably means you're a very disobedient person, and let's face it, you probably have a bad relationship with your mother. I mean, let's be honest here. So while rap is awesome, again, I will testify that. Go ahead and explore some new stuff, okay? Because I promise you, there's stuff out there for you to enjoy. There really is. Alternative hip-hop. Now, before we dive in, you guys got to understand the difference between regular hip-hop listeners and alternative hip-hop listeners. Regular hip-hop enjoyers are usually people that are just pretty chill, okay? They don't really have a problem with anything music-wise. They kind of stay in their own lane, and they just listen to whatever's hot right now. And I mean, that's good. Now, alternative hip-hop fans, well, now I love alternative hip-hop. I really do. It's like a top 3 music genre for me. But there's something I tend to see in alternative hip-hop fans. On one side, you're really picky about your music, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You have your own personal standard of what you want to listen to, okay? You may not like the mainstream stuff so much. You want something more sophisticated, something that maybe suits you a little more. You may not like the Drake or the Lil Wayne, okay? Again, you want something special just for you. Think of it like you're at a restaurant, okay? You go to order a burger, but you tell the waiter specifically you want the patty cooked at a 14-degree angle at 437 degrees. And the tomato and lettuce must be from Argentina. They must have been grown in Argentina. So that's one side to it. Outside of that, they're usually pretty chill, but there's another side to it. A more insufferable side. Some alternative hip-hop fans are one of the most insufferable group of people of all time. And that usually has to do with something called a superiority complex. Some alternative hip-hop fans make it their entire personality and characterize it like they're better than everybody else. Trust me, man. Nobody cares. Not only does this make it worse for the people around you, but it also takes away the spotlight of letting your actual personality show. Of course, talking about music isn't a bad thing, okay? I have music discussions all the time, but if that's your only talking point in a conversation, I mean, yeah, like, come on. Again, I love alternative hip-hop. It's one of my favorite genres of all time. But you gotta understand, you're really not as special as you think you are. There's millions of people that listen to the same stuff you do. But yeah, so that's all hip-hop. So that's great. Next, we have rock, one of the most popular music genres of all time. Rock fans are either, you know, the more older majority, or teenagers that just like some of that old stuff, like Nirvana and Guns N' Roses, stuff like that. Now, I should clarify, just saying rock is very vague and not really smart to say, as there's multiple different types of rock, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna be specifically talking about 70s, 80s, and some 90s rock as well. Rock, while still being very popular, always ends up getting second place on the charts behind pop, rap, whatever. This gives the rock fan base kind of that sense of rebellion, okay? They're not number one. They're kind of in that second place status. Again, this is probably what I've seen. Most rock fans probably don't care at all. But let's hold on and just talk about the characteristics of what it means to be a rock fan. I really see three main fan bases in the rock genre. One of these fan bases are just people that just really appreciate the old stuff, and I find that super respectable. You're probably the favorite child in your family, and you probably get the most gifts during Christmas time. There's also a chance that you really don't like all the new stuff that's being pushed out in the mainstream scene. So instead of joining that, you hold back and just listen to the old stuff, which is cool. But there's another side to it, an edgy side. There are many edgelords out there that love older rock, and there are a few reasons for that. One of the main reasons for this is the rebellious nature of rock and how it stands out against the mainstream norms of today, and ironically was the same thing when rock first originated. It kind of stood out against all the norms. Side note, you have all like the modern rock, which does fit in the mainstream scene, but again, is that real rock? I mean, come on now. Oh yeah, and there's a third fan base. You're probably old, and that's literally it. Oh boy, I've really saved the best for last. Country. Now, most of you wouldn't think this, and to be honest, I wouldn't either, but country music is surprisingly controversial. Controversial? Ransomz, are you crazy? What's so controversial about country music? Just hear me out on this one. Quick note, modern country is a totally different thing, and it's strictly not the same. Just wanted to mention that I'm not talking about modern country here. I'm talking about more of the old stuff here. When it comes to country music, I find people either love it, okay, they're full diehard fans, or they absolutely detest it. They totally hate it, and they will never give it a chance. There's almost no in between for this. The actual people that listen to country music, in my experience, are pretty chill. You're most likely a conservative dad who's really into tradition and all that old stuff. Now, me personally, oh, it sucks so bad, it's not even funny. Like, I'm not even kidding. Even while writing this script right now, I went to listen to some country music, and dear God, I think the people that like country music can really depend on where they live. This is, of course, not always the case. For example, if you live in the South, there's a good chance that you've been surrounded by country music for a while now. And sure enough, you've got accustomed to it. And now, it's your entire life. You dream of being a cowboy living on a ranch. You live for tradition, okay? You're probably very sentimental, a down-to-earth guy that just so happens to like terrible music. So if you like country, please let me know in the comments what I'm missing out on. Please. I don't see it. I really don't. We only scratch the surface of what your music taste says about you in 2024. There's a lot of other genres like pop, jazz, and even K-pop. Yeah, I know. So if this video gets 100 likes, I will make a part 2 and clown on even more music genres. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please check out some of my other stuff, okay? I got some more videos coming along the way, so make sure you're subscribed for that. And yeah, again, I think that's everything. And as always, I'm right and you're wrong. Peace. Not really, guys, it's just my opinion.